All right, we are back with some not actually heroes, the Forgotten, our Sunday night crew that we run every 2 weeks. I am Dr. Dez underscore DM, and I guess we'll jump right into it. Last time, the party rescued some dwarfs from a silver mine near the town of Flint, and I think they had some help from Diona, a new mysterious lady that they've met who says she is a friend. And I think you guys are in transit back to Flint. I think we were just going to skip to the part where you guys were on your way back. So um, we can probably skip to um, like the first rest, area if you guys want to. If there's any, role playing or anything you want to do there. If not, then we can skip all the way back to the town. Um, good role play in there. Yep. That's what we all think, right? Okay, so I guess I'll turn it over to you guys. Do you guys want to fast travel all the way back to Flint, or do you want to kind of? Is there anything you want to do in between? Okay. All right. So you guys make the travel. It's about I think it's like a day and a half back to Flint, and once you arrive back, you drop the horse and the buggy off at the with the stable master there, and I don't think you owed him anything else. Um, and then you guys would more than likely take the dwarfs back to Ebnar at the Long Brothel. So you probably find him um, in the Long Brothel, maybe having a meal at this point, because it's probably about midday. He sees you guys come in through the door. The dwarfs are with him, and he gets up and wipes his mouth and beard off and runs over to Regnum and says, "Regnum, it's good to see you. What happened?" He uh, he looks he looks at Ebnar and he kind of shakes his head and he says, "Oh, I see." As he takes takes account of the dwarfs that are there and the one that is not. I see. And then he turns and looks at the party. Thank you for doing this. Um, I guess you want your payment. And he pulls out his coin pouch and here's the 1,200 gold. And you said that we would negotiate the price of if you found any dwarfs alive. Yeah, it's a lot. What was it in the mind? I figured it was either goblins or gnolls. That's this is not known to me. Usually they're small and plentiful, but a large one? Hmm? Only you. Yeah, true. Truth. They change it. Yeah.
Microsoft way.
I bet they can hear you now.
Maybe.
As far as that
Yep.
big knoll that I spoke of, we watched him consume some type of liquid and grow bigger than, and I point at Wynora.
Unbelievable. I was small.
Him save us. If they're all doing this, we'll be overrun. All of us. Anyway, I'm sure you have other things to do, and the mine is secure, and with 2,000 per dwarf.
Just
That-
2,000. Kai audibly gasps.
That will be sufficient. Yes.
He looks at Kai. Okay. I will be right back. Here. He hands you the 1,200. I need to go to my room.
We will await your return.
Guy's a high roller, carrying around 1,200 gold. It's not even.
This man
He dis-
loaded. We should have gotten more.
He disappears and comes back, in about 5-10 minutes, with it's like a smaller bag than you expect. And he says, "Here, I didn't have that much in gold. Here's the platinum."
So we have 6,000 in that bag worth of gold, but how much of that is actual platinum?
So it would be 600 platinum pieces,
Okay.
and then you have 1,200 gold pieces.
I just wanted to make sure note-wise before we tried to split that.
Kai walks over and picks up one of the platinum pieces and looks at it because he's never seen platinum before.
Yeah.
He turns around to Meridius and he goes, "Is this worth more than gold?"
Huh.
And he's not being sneaky about it. I mean, he's just having this conversation in front of gods and everybody, because that's what Kai would do.
I'll look it down at look at it, put my hand on the shoulder, and go, try about 10 times.
He does the whole eyes wide and he goes, and he quietly puts one of the platinum pieces in his pocket.
Kai,
And then he hands
I'm
it
going
up.
to divvy it out evenly. Put it back in the bag.
I thought that one was mine, and you guys got okay. And he'll hand you the platinum.
No,
piece
you'll
back.
get an even share, and then I'll tie that one up and put it on my side with the 1,200.
I get a bit of a sinking feeling inside.
Mhm.
The passing of Elril kind of just comes back again. For some reason, just
Mhm.
seeing all the money or whatever. I don't know why it triggers that. And I just walk outside. I'm going to leave.
As you walk outside, you're not really paying attention, and you bump someone who's sitting at a table.
Forgive me, I'm distraught.
They have a hood up, and they turn around and kind of pull the hood back just slightly enough so that they can look way far up to see you. And Kyle, if you would like to describe your character.
You can't really make out when he pulls the hood back. He doesn't pull it back far enough to where you can really make out his facial features. It just pulls it back far enough to where he can kind of see and it's eerie. Under the hood, you don't see much except for these two glowing eyes, as if they were backlit. Little tufts of blonde hair coming out from the hood. Very familiar looking, tall figure. Familiar but different.
So I'll pause for a moment while I'm looking down. Forgive me, but I feel a little bit strange. Could you tell me your name? Your eyes are so pretty. I've seen them before on someone.
Of course, my name is Elril. You've not seen these eyes, I'm sure.
I take my hammer and I slam it down on the table. Kind of loud. Sorry, your name was what?
Yes, I just kind of sit there staring at her for a second between words, and my name is Elril.
I've known only one other with the name Elril. Maybe it's more common than I thought. And I kind of chuckle a little bit. Huh. Well, I kind of lift the hammer back up.
Pull my hood down real tight.
And I'm just going to kind of back away a little bit. Forgive me for dropping my hammer so rudely on your table. Elril.
Of course, it doesn't seem to be broken.
I kind of stumble step and I go back out the door because I don't know what's happening. And I'm just going to kind of walk away real quick. And as I go out of the area, I yell out really loud, the F word, really loud. And then I just kind of stand there. And I'm just putting these pieces together in my head.
Did we all get to hear that? His name,
Yeah.
Probably.
talking.
Yeah, I mean, it's not loud in there. It's midday. It's not like it's it's not packed in there. So,
Can I cast Divine Sense?
sure. Yeah. As you kind of reach out, you kind of grasp your holy symbol and you kind of close your eyes and let your senses reach out into the room. You sense a divine presence in this mysterious person.
Is there any hint that I've sensed any of that before?
I mean, I don't know that divine sense works that way, where
Okay.
you can define, the same type of, person, but it is similar to what you have sensed before.
I'll walk up and introduce myself. Hello there. Elril, was it?
Yes, and you are?
My name is Meridius.
Not from around here, are you?
Neither are you.
Hey.
At which point I'll lean in by his ear and go, I know what you are. And I'll lean back and just catch eyes with him.
What do you mean, you know what I am?
I know what makes you. I've sensed it.
Very well. What will you do with this information?
Well, unless you want everybody to know, it's your secret to tell. However, if you're here for a purpose to hang out in this fort, then by all means, we can leave you to your business. However, if you're looking to leave this place and potentially adventure or have business in a direction that we're heading, you may potentially be able to travel with us. You seem to be alone in this establishment.
I am. Where is it you come from? You intrigue me.
I come from another plane altogether.
And how is it you get here?
Through a portal.
What purpose do you have on this plane?
To recover something that was stolen. And find a missing member of my... And he hesitates for a minute because he's not sure how he wants to answer this. To locate somebody that has gone missing and not sure where his allegiance lies anymore.
I'm just piercing with the knowledge that I have of why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of piercing, not even really making eye contact with him, just trying to look through him as he says those things, trying to get a feel of whether he might be trustworthy with that intent, or maybe he's,
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Oh, my dice are way over there.
While you're rolling that, you guys are kind of seeing this happen. Some of you who are still over near the dwarfs, you hear Regnum say, "My cousin was right. I should have listened to Raz. He said that coming down here was too dangerous. Even though my mom said going with him was too dangerous, but I vote we take our services back and go find Raz." And you hear the other dwarfs kind of nodding. And Ebner says, Now what am I going to do?"
That's a 14 total.
14. Yeah, I mean, he presents himself well. He seems to be trustworthy.
I just keep kind of glancing past him at Wynora.
She went outside.
Oh, she's outside?
Yeah, she's outside.
And
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
punching
outside,
the
sorry.
wall. Yeah.
Just like,
And who are you with? You said you had a party.
I'll turn around and motion towards everyone else in the group, with the exception of Wynora, who left. And after I pointed all of those, I'll turn back around and go, and the enraged one that you just talked to that ran out the door.
This could be of use. I would like to talk to the party, see about going with you.
Well, while you do that, I'll go try to find her and figure out what the devil just happened.
We could go together if you'd like.
Well, it seems like something that about you set her off. Let me talk to her first. While you introduce yourself to the others.
Very well.
Diona leans over to Keltesh and says, "Is this something normal that happens with you guys? Just randomly picking up people?"
Kai walks past him and goes, "Oh, hey, Elril," and then stops dead and goes, "Wait."
How did you know my name?
But, and then Kai just sits down, looking
We have-
very confused.
We have never met before. How did you know my name?
You look like somebody yeah. You're Elril, aren't you? Yeah, you're Elril.
I am.
Kai reaches out and touches you.
I just stare at his hand while he's touching.
And
I
then
am-
pulls his finger back very slowly and looks at his finger and says, "Yeah, that's Elril." And then he looks at Huck and he goes, "That's
Keltash.
sorry, wrong." He goes, that okay, that's yes. I know I haven't been out of the temple much, but that's back there cave. That's yes, that's right. I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm the okay. And then
Just gonna pat him on the shoulder.
I do not know what you're talking about. A cave.
Kai starts raffling through the bag looking for cookies or anything to eat in the bag at this moment.
So while he's doing that, I'm just gonna. So as it happens, it would appear that you are projection, or doppelganger, or mystical twin, or something, because we just had an Elril in our party.
I reach up and put my hand on his shoulder and go, I assure you, I'm no projection.
And Kai looks up from the bag and goes, "No, he's real. Oh,
I have
he's
no
real."
siblings. There are none other like me out there.
Kyle, roll an intelligence check. Actually, wisdom. Let's make it wisdom. Wisdom.
Can I
actually.
use the same roll?
Yeah, you can just use the same roll. Yeah.
Because it's a nat 20 plus
Okay.
6. 26.
As Kai says, the cave, you kind of wince as it's almost just like a jolt of pain kind of runs through your body.
That's very weird. What was it you said about the cave?
Saying this to Kai.
Yeah.
So Kai's head snaps up and he goes, "We were in a cave, and you were there, I think, and then you weren't there, and then they took you outside, and then you disappeared, and now you're here."
What would I understand what being who I am, would I understand the process
Of
what's happened?
Transportation.
I mean, probably it's not common that someone like you would end up in this situation, but you might be putting things together a little bit.
This is very weird. When you said cave, I felt pain, like I'd been struck.
He says that you see the color drain out of Kai's face a little bit, and Kai would actually grab his because Kai wears a holy symbol, because he wants to be a cleric so bad. Kai would grab his holy symbol for a moment and just kind of, yeah. You were struck, and can you still fly? Because you were flying, and then you got hit, and then you.
How do you know I can fly?
Because
you were in the cave, and then now we're here. And Kai lets go of his holy symbol and kind of claps. He goes, "Keep up. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know how you got from there to here. You must be able to teleport." And then
Dania.
it hits Kai that it's magic, and he goes, "That's your magic. Of course, you're magic. So you didn't really die back there. You just disappeared and teleported, and you left us fighting things, and then we had to come back here. We had to walk for 2 days to get back here."
I point at the symbol on your chest, and I'm making a huge assumption here. Is it the denier?
Yes.
I know who you worship, so I assume that's the thing.
Yes.
It's just denier.
And Kai leans in and goes, "You're not Denier, are you? Because
No.
this is just
No.
This is just
No, I'm not Denier, but I was sent by, well, I was kind of sent by Denier.
Did you bring me magic?
I don't think I can do that.
Of course not.
but-
Nobody does it.
This is very strange. I should not be in the same place.
You're not in the same place. You were dead back there 2 days ago, and now you're here.
I,
I'm glad you're back though. And Kai kind of walks over and slaps you on the shoulder. He's just immediately happy.
I think fate has found us together again. Whether it's fate or Helm is yet to be discovered, but I believe it is destiny for us to walk together again.
That's okay. Kai kind of slaps you on the back. He goes, glad to have you back, buddy. Really thought you were dead. Maybe you were.
I'm very sorry. I do not know any of you, though.
Oh, I'm Kai.
Kai, Keltash, and you two? Pointing at the tiefling and the girl with purple hair.
Stanasi still too dumbfounded to say anything at what's going on.
You also
It's just
see
been-
a female leaning up against the bar with like down to her chin length, like auburn hair, as well.
and
So
And you? Am I wrong? Is Clandis not a tiefling in this game?
yep,
Yes, I am a
Mordecai.
tiefling. So that is Mordecai, and this is Stanasi. And
Okay,
and I'm
no.
looking for like recognition, like
More.
No, see, Kai doesn't care about any of that. Kai just knows it's Elril, and he just hit his head on those rocks, and he's forgotten, so it'll all come back. Kai may actually start walking behind you and throwing rocks at your head to help jog your memory.
And then picking them back up because they're shiny, right?
They're shiny. I gotta go back in the bag, so I have a whole bag of special shiny rocks.
Should
just
we
for this?
should we catch up to Meridius and the angry woman?
Maybe slowly. This is gonna go on for a while. Are you a phoenix?
I am not a phoenix.
Okay.
I'm not a bird. That might be your first sign.
But you can
Never
fly.
can maybe like a phoenix mimic.
You could fly, so we might think that.
Yes, very good, very good.
You could
Pat.
fly, and you came back from the dead.
It
That's
could
two. I read an entire scroll about this one time. That's two.
I can assure you I am not a phoenix.
It's okay. You just forgot. Just like you forgot about us. You forgot you're a phoenix. It all makes sense.
So yeah, Kai has bought in on this. He agrees completely. with
I
this.
need to grab my things before we go. And I like fold over and I reach down, and instead of grabbing a bow like you would think, I grab a long sword and a shield. And I put the shield on my back and kind of sheath the long sword as I stand up.
So Kai would go, where's your bow?
I do not have a bow.
Oh, I bet it's back at the cave. I bet when you disappeared, it's laying on the ground at the cave. I'm sure we'll be back by there.
I'm not very
pick it
good
up.
with a bow.
Are you sure?
Maybe I'm gonna turn to Kai. Maybe reborn Elril isn't good with the bow.
I'm not.
That's crazy talk. He's got to be good with that. Come on. He just forgot. We'll help him remember. Yes.
We can try, but and as I start moving, you hear the chain link under my cloak and stuff moving.
And he's wearing the wrong armor too. He's had a rough day. We'll help him though.
Dying is probably a lot.
I'm sure it is. Yes. But it's odd that he forgot to use a bow. That's just.
Yeah.
I'm just watching them argue back and forth. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe now we slowly on to our headquarters, and the rest of the party can weigh in on this issue.
Sure. Yes. Very, very well.
Glad you're not dead. Little tap on the shoulder. Ooh, there you go.
Why? Okay. Yes. I'm glad I'm not dead as well.
And I'm gonna that way, and I'm gonna everybody pushing like this. Let's go.
Pushing him out the door.
Yeah. But then I'm
Diana.
gonna hold the door until everybody's out.
And Diana follows behind as everyone exits the bar.
And then I'm gonna shut the door with me still inside. And I'm gonna go to the dwarves.
Does he shut the door and then walk away?
He lets everybody get out and he closes the door and goes back in.
If so, I just open the door and keep walking.
No, he lets everybody out and then out of the bar, and then like he's holding the door for you guys, and then he closes the door and doesn't walk out. He walks back towards the dwarves. Yep.
Oh.
So they're still there?
Yep, they're still there. Yep.
Hello.
Hey there.
So, I was in the group, and so one of our mates died, but he's a phoenix, so he didn't. But we didn't know that. So a bunch of us tried to grab your silver so that we can bring it back to you. But then we fought on. And apparently, when I was managing dead bodies, everybody put their silver back and didn't tell me. So, and I'm just gonna start emptying my pockets of silver.
The silver on the floor.
Just throw it here, and I'm gonna check everything twice, all my pockets and my socks and my hair and all my gear, and I'm gonna shake out my crossbow, make sure there's nothing on that. And I'm very sorry. I wasn't trying to steal it. I promise. I just didn't know everybody was doing one thing, and I'm very sorry. I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that. I'm very sorry.
He looks down at the silver and looks back up at you. He puts his hand out. Shakes your hand. I appreciate you being honest.
Oh, thank you. I thought you would be so mad. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I mean, you saved my miners, well, my previous miners. You don't want to be a miner, do you?
Oh, well, is there such a thing as an adventure miner? Because I have other stuff to do, but that does sound fun. I'm more. I used to be a watch person, but I'm not so good at it anymore because stuff. So you need.
I am immediately regretting me offering you this job. Let's just part ways now.
Okay.
As he starts scooping up the silver off the floor.
Okay. Have a good. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good. And I walk out.
Okay. So while all that was going on, did anything happen between Meridius and Winora, or before everybody came out?
I was
Or
coming
I don't know
out
if you
to-
want to or
find
not,
her,
but okay.
to
Yeah.
find out what happened, because I was within earshot, but I didn't.
Yeah. I didn't know if you guys wanted to play that out or anything, or
We can.
okay.
'Cause
Right.
You were coming.
So
towards
Meridius
me.
comes out, and you're probably just kind of pacing back and forth or something.
Yeah, just kind of like dumbstruck a bit, but agitated.
Well, Nora, what's going on? I heard what you yelled after you shut the door.
That name I wouldn't expect to be common. His eyes were like his. He didn't recognize me, but I feel that I know him. I feel that I've some sort of bond there, but he's dead. I saw him turn into butterflies. Weird choice. And he's there, and I'm just kind of pissed. I don't know what's going on. I'm just full of emotions right now. I'm a wreck. I'm just a mess. That can't really be him. What's going on?
Well, could it not be him though? I mean, he told us that he was created as a champion of the gods. Could they not have sent him back in another form if he was dead? I'm not saying that it's him, but there's too many coincidences for it not to be.
Yeah, very well. I never knew that was something.
I mean, it's the gods involved. Do any of us really have any idea what they're capable of?
I chuckle when he says that too. I feel a sense of relief, right? I want it to be him, but I don't want it. I don't know. I don't know if it's him, and my heart will break again, right? I don't want to see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I try not to break my word when I say things. However, I feel you may need to hear this anyways. I used part of my powers to sense whether there was a celestial being nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and it was radiating off of him.
Kind of smile a little bit, and I'm gripping my hammer pretty tight, but I'm like this look of happiness kind of takes me, like it's a really crooked, awkward smile, like maybe don't smile like that again, sort of thing. I hope maybe it is him.
Well, like I said, there's too many coincidences, and there's God's powers at play here. However, I invited him to travel with us to our next, at least to our next destination, because if it is, maybe he'll try to remember some of the things that he may have lost upon death. If it's not him, then, we could at least have another of his liking in the party again.
I'm good with him. Good with him following us.
Well, then I guess we'll figure that out and sort it out along the way.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I'm kind of happy. I'm jittery. I'm like really holding my hammer tight still though. That's a cool ability to sense divine things.
Well, I can also sense when Mordecai's around.
And I think we all can.
Yeah, my ability allows me to sense both kinds, good and evil.
Wow.
And I'm not saying Mordecai's evil, but his lineage stems from a darker place.
I see. He's cute though. Kind of awkwardly ending the conversation. And I'm gonna start walking towards the door.
We'll say
I
about
guess
this
they're all-
time the door kind of opens up
Yeah.
and they start filing out.
There's the guys and ladies.
I kind of start breathing a little heavy as he's coming down. Are you down the stairs now, Elril?
Probably, I would have probably been one of the last ones out right before Russ shut the door.
I'm going to, as you come down, I'm going to take my warhammer and I just drop it. I toss it down and I'm going to run at you and do an aggressive hug, almost like a tackle, like I want to take you to the ground, but like as a hug sort of thing. But it's really aggressive. I'm going to try to take you to the ground.
Can I like try to
I will say-
sidestep, like drop
I will say
the hold?
instinctually, without you even knowing what you're doing, you try to kind of just grab her and flip her off over the side of you. So why don't you guys roll athletics checks against each other
Okay.
to see who
In roll 20 or just with our dice?
roll 20. Yeah, I guess that's our rule, right? So
Make sure I got the right modifier. Yep. All right.
we all know roll 20 hates everybody equally. So
It does. Just me slightly more than others.
I've
So
seen
mine
people
was,
roll like 3 1s in a row or something. So.
But it's so convenient.
There you go. So as Wynora tries to like grab you, you kind of step your right leg in between hers and kind of put your hip into it as you just kind of flip her over onto the ground. And you're just kind of looking down at her, almost like Spider-Man upside down with Mary Jane kind of look,
and I'm just like smiling right now, like that must really be here.
What are you doing?
I really wanted to give you a hug. I feel like you're really Elril.
Why would you try to attack me to hug me? That is weird.
It was
If
an
you-
aggressive hug. You forgot who I am, who I was.
I still
like
do not
laying
know
there on
who
the
you
ground.
are. What is your name?
I am Wynora.
Oh.
I cannot believe you forgot. You almost killed me once.
That's a very nice tattoo on your shoulder.
Oh.
Where
Yes.
did you get it?
From the gods.
Just kind of stare at her for a minute, awkwardly, like pinning her to the ground still. And then I'm sorry. Let me
think
help
we
you
should-
up.
Keltesh would probably come out the door about this time, so tattoos are us, yeah.
I enjoy tattoos. It's kind of magical.
Maybe I will show you mine one day.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Appropriate.
Elril doesn't
Now I'm
even
happy.
realize any of that. He's just talking about tattoos.
Yep. Sure. I mean,
Keltesh,
okay, I'm into
you
it.
you would probably recall that you left a project with someone.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm not. This is too much. I will meet you at headquarters. And I walk off briskly.
Meridius wants to catch Keltash right before he leaves.
Okay.
2 things.
Oh,
1, do you remember where we're staying?
the little duck?
No.
Oh. The long barn.
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to go with you so I can help you get back?
Oh, that's okay. Just where are we staying again?
That one was the Slow Gnome.
Slow gnome. Slow gnome. I know it was right on the tip of my tongue. Slow gnome. And I'm gonna.
And secondly, I know what you're going to retrieve because you were way too excited about it. Don't blow yourself up before you get back to the party.
And
Remember, I told you what those can do. Don't play with those by yourself.
I only play with one thing by myself, and it's not dynamite. And I promise, if I'm gonna blow myself up, it will be away from the party. Welcome.
Well, we'll see you back at the end then.
Yes. The slow duck.
Gnome. The slow gnome.
Oh no. And I away.
Should I be worried about him? Is he going to blow us up one day?
Well, you see, he found sticks of dynamite, and he didn't know what they were. I explained to him what they were and what they do, and he wanted them fashioned to his crossbow bolts. But sometimes we worry about his slowness on whether he fully comprehends pretty much the severity of what he actually had crafted. So we'll just have to keep a little bit of a close eye on him once he gets his items.
Hey Russ, does Keltesh have a heavy crossbow or a light crossbow?
I have a heavy, and for some reason, light also.
Oh, you wanted one of both, I guess.
Something about like some trait or something. I don't know. Somehow I wound up with both, but I don't use the light. So.
Okay. All right. So Keltesh is gone off on his mission. Anybody else need to do anything or need to meet anybody or anything else in Flint?
I feel like we should go tell the commander, tell this to the group. I feel like we should go tell the commander that we will not be undertaking his mission at this present time to go back to deal with the Murlocs due to the fact that the guild has sent Diona to retrieve us and we need to report back to the guild hall. Is anybody opposed to us going? And I mean, I can go myself, but anybody opposed to us turning this offer down for now?
No, I'm fine with it.
Well, then I guess unless somebody wants to come with me, I'll head to talk to Commander and inform him of the recent events and tell him that we will be departing in the morning to head back to the guild hall.
Oh. And I am.
Yeah, he's been having some issues. It looks like so. Okay. So Meridius goes by himself. Everybody else goes back to the inn, or okay,
Sure.
I'll speak for you. Okay, that's what happens. All right. So Keltesh, I don't know if you want to play it out. or not. All
Yeah,
right, so
stuff in the
you go back to the Fear Hilt and open the door, and you find Anthony in there as usual, working away. He looks up, says, "Oh yes, Kiltish." He walks over behind the counter there, and he picks up a box, sits it up there, and he pulls one out. And a crossbow bolt is usually rather short. This is quite a bit longer. And you immediately notice he's like, "Well, I had to deal with the issue of it getting in the way, so the dynamite had to be attached at the front here. And as you can see, as you load it, you have to make sure the dynamite is down and not up. That way, it'll catch on the this hook here, and when it pulls away, it will start the fuse.
Oh.
And the problem is it only a normal bolt would fly probably 100 or so feet. This will only go about half the distance accurately.
That's just perfect. Perfect.
And I can't remember how many sticks there were exactly right off.
I have that.
But you have that many arrows now.
Well, anyway, I don't need to pull everybody else while I'm looking for it. I'll find it though.
Yep, we
great.
can find that there.
And did you test it?
I did test one. It worked a little too well. I even outside of the city, it got the attention of the guards.
Oh, I like it. Well, this is just fantastic. Fantastic work. And I suppose we should guys.
What was that? Sorry, you faded off the.
I guess we should talk about the compensation you require.
Do you know where I could get any more of this? I feel like I could make a lot of money if I made more of these.
Yes, the dynamite, you mean?
Yes.
And it just so happens that there are some dwarven miners here in town at the Long Duck, I think.
The Long Duck, yeah.
That's
Not
not
a
a place.
That's not a place. Is an inn?
Sure. Yeah.
The Slow Gnome?
No.
No. The Long Brothel?
Yes. No.
No.
Maybe. Anyway, they're very short and in number. I'm sure you can find them. But yes, that
Did
is
they
where,
have? Did they have a name?
the inn?
The dwarfs.
Yes. One of them is wow. Russ is actually having a brain fart here. Raddick? No. Raddick. Did I get one right?
Raddick? You can roll an intelligence check.
Thank God. Thank you, dude. Jesus, I just had a brain fart. I'm trying so hard to act fitness. No, that's a 2. I forgot. I actually forgot.
What'd you say? Rag?
Raddick.
Raddick. Raddick it is.
Anyway,
Alright.
if you don't find them, I'm sure I can help you. You know, you just come find me. I am at the Slow Gnome. So you can find them, you come find me, we'll find them together.
All right, assembling the arrows. We'll say 200 gold.
Well, let's go find them right now. Because as
Russ, check your DM.
Uh-huh.
Check your DM.
Oh. Because as it turns out, I only have 162 gold. But we just got paid by said dwarves, and I'll be able to get you the money. My party's splitting up right now. Slow Gnome, that's the one I'm at.
Okay, I'll take the 162.
Okay.
You can. We'll call it even. You guys dealt with the other problem, so we'll just call that even.
Bless you, sir. I'm going to come back. When I get this monies, I'm going to come back. You and we should do things, right? We're good collaborators. Have crossbows and armor. We should do stuff. You could even put your brand on my, I'll show off for you.
We could talk about it. Yeah, he looks very uncomfortable at the moment. So.
And I take my stuff.
All right, so the crossbow bolt does the same damage as a normal crossbow bolt would, but then when it strikes, each creature within 5 feet of the creature or the object it hits, plus anything within 5 feet, must make a dexterity DC 12 saving throw, or they'll take 3d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed or half as much on a success.
3d6 force bludgeoning.
So it's the piercing damage of the bolt, and then they have to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw. And if they fail it, it's 3d6. If they save, it's half that damage.
What was the 3d6 type of damage?
Bludgeoning. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can actually make you a custom arrow up, but I had to do that later. But
yes, later. These are special occasion bolts anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Party favors, we'll call them.
Yes. Okay, and I away back to the team.
All right, Meridius, you're heading back to the keep. As you walk through, this time, the one guard, you see him kind of clenching his hand up, and another guard goes to walk towards you. He just kind of puts his hand on the other guard and is just like, no. And they just let you walk on past to the front door with your weapons intact.
Very well. So I'm not being escorted to the commander's office this time?
Nope. No.
Okay.
You make your way to his office, I guess, and unless you tell me otherwise, and knock on the door, and he says, "Come in."
I open the door and walk inside, and then shut the door behind me.
In a few days, I figured you had just left.
Well, we recently returned.
I'm joking. I know everything going on here. I know you went out to save those dwarf miners. I didn't want to have anything to do with that, so I'm glad you took care of that.
Did you know we lost a party member because of it?
I knew that your numbers had diminished. I didn't know which one had fallen or left.
Well, we lost one in the first encounter in the cave, and the other, I guess, was too grief-stricken by the loss to feel like they could remain. But the reason I came to you is because I was letting you know that we will not be able to go and address your Murloc problem at this time. While we were at the cave, our guild hall sent someone to us, and I'm pretty sure that they came and talked to you as well.
Yep, she did. I figured as much after the conversation we had. Not a nice lady, not really.
Well, with what she approached us with, she doesn't have the time to be standing on pleasantries with people when she's trying to get this accomplished that we've been asked to undertake. But since I have not heard back from the guild hall on the message I sent about helping you with this, and they sent someone to find us, I can only go with the fact that the guild has requested us to return.
Right. Well, I'm sure this problem won't just go away unless I get the extra men I requested, but it'll probably still be here when you're done with whatever she's having you do.
That may very well be the case, but I don't like loose ends. And we discussed that we would go check on it and see what we could come up with, and then this happened on the road back. So I was just letting you know that we won't be assisting you in this matter at this present time, at least.
Well, he stands up and walks around the desk and gets really uncomfortably close to you. He says, I appreciate that, and I wish you well in your travels, and I hope you find that man you were looking for.
I do too. Especially after you told me that he's using my name.
Yeah,
or at least my first name.
That could get a man killed from the best of us.
Oh, just out of curiosity, did you inform your soldiers to allow me to pass fully armed? Or did their encounter with what I asked them not to do scare them to let me come into this keep fully armed?
Actually, I wanted to see this trident for myself, and it does not disappoint.
You want to touch it too? Like your man did at the gate?
Probably not. From what I've been told, it has a little bit of a bite to it.
It does. Which is why you were informed the very first time that I was hesitant to let it go.
I'm content with just the sight of it.
Well, I will leave you to your business. And,
Very well. You know where to find us.
Yep.
He walks back around, sits down in his chair.
And I'll walk to the door and open it, and then close it behind me.
Okay.
And I will
So,
make my way to the inn.
you probably get back to the inn around roughly the same time Kaltash is, getting back there. I can't remember. I think you guys had one room together there.
We had the upper suite. It
Yeah.
had little rooms, but we had one big meeting area on the whole floor. is what we paid for.
All right. So Dione is not in there. She has another room at the inn. So if you guys want to discuss anything.
Has Elril come up there, or did he stop in the lobby of the inn?
Yeah, Real will have to tell us.
I probably went wherever they led me. The rest of the group. So if they stayed in the lobby and whatever, I would have stayed there with them or.
So when I walk in, I'll sit down at the table and I'll pull both bags of money out, and I'll start to split it. And
Walk up and sit.
I'll look at Kai and motion for him to come to me.
Okay, I'll walk over to him.
I set a stack of 75 platinum down, and then I set another stack of 75 platinum down. I set 150 gold and then another stack of 150. And when I push it towards you, this is yours and Ziri's part of what we did.
Kai is just amazed. Like I said, that's the most money he's ever seen in his life.
You can choose to send that portion to her, or whatever you'd like to do. That was you as a group. That's her share as well. It's your choice of what you do with that portion of the money.
Kai just nods and puts it in the bag.
And then I motion for Wynora to come over. And I do the same thing. And I look at her and I say, the second stack of each one of these is for Elril. Same thing with you and that I said to Kai. Y'all work together. Whatever you opt to do with the other stack of each is your choice.
Very well. I'll grab him.
And then with Keltash already sitting beside me, I hand him 150 gold and 75 platinum.
That is.
Mordecai, where you at?
But I am over here.
Come here.
Okay. What is wrong? Is there something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. This is your portion of our job that we did. Here's 150 gold and 75 platinum.
Do you want me to hold it for the group?
No, this is your share to do with as you wish.
All of this is mine.
Yes,
Every bit of it.
correct.
Hey, Kai! You want that cake?
Kai is just he's overwhelmed at the moment. So yeah, he's sitting there with he's holding the bag very 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 closely, and because he never had a tenth of this much money in the entirety of his life, so he's just kind of watching people like they know what's in the bag.
Mordecai takes it, puts it in his pockets and stuff, and then runs out.
And I'll look around for Stanasi and be like, she's off in wherever she goes, huh? I don't see her here. And at that point, I will, since I'd empty out the bags already, I'll put 150 gold and 75 into the smaller bag that the dwarf handed us, and I'll seal it up and put it in my pack for when I see her again.
I'm gonna walk over to Elril, and I'm gonna give him the other part, or give him my gold, or what I was given. This was supposed to be your share before you dropped. If it's you, if it's not, you can have it. I'm only going to spend it on alcohol anyways. So I feel like you should take this before I blow it all. You don't have a choice. I'm gonna kind of just drop it in front.
Oh, okay. What do I do with
probably
it?
will just to hold on to it. You can spend it how you want, and I probably never give you money ever again. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. I put it in my pockets. I got really big pockets.
All right.
All right. So if you guys aren't discussing anything else, I think Mordecai went out to get cake.
He went out to get groceries so he can make the cookies and cakes. That
I was
we
gonna
were
say
promising.
he owes Kai some cookies, and it's been a traumatic day. People coming back from the dead, and you know,
He's going to go ask about molasses.
yeah. If there's a single mole ass in Kai's cookies, somebody's gonna die. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Kai will hire people to have you all murdered now because he has the funds to do that.
All right, so we'll just kind of fast play this. I think you guys are just going to stay the evening, and then are you planning to head out to Mondovas in the morning? Okay. All right, so unless there's anything else you want to do in Flint, we can kind of skip ahead just a little bit. All right, so you guys would get back on the road. Are you paying for horses or?
Yeah.
Okay. So the horses are.
Actually, God, I don't. Let me see if I have her name written down before we leave, and we don't have to role play this. Oh God, I've got it written down somewhere. The
cleric
that healed us. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, I got her name. Where is her name? Goodness, I can't remember her name.
But anyway, I would go find her.
Okay.
And I'm adding.
Coletta.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. So it's 300. I would go find her and give her 100 platinum pieces for all she's done for us.
Yep. Oh, but she would just be astounded. Like,
Kai would just. I mean, he would make a big deal out of it. He would, he would find her in the temple and carry it over to her, and say, I know you helped us at some personal risk, and I don't want you to be, in bad faith with, bad state with your faith. So I hope this makes it right. And he would give her the 100 platinum pieces.
she would be elated and probably express to you how she probably thought she was just going to lose her job.
we don't want that. That's why I wanted to make it right. So, and then he would go back and rejoin the group.
Okay. All right. So after Mordecai makes a bunch of cookies and cakes, and everybody gets hopped up on sugar and passes out, chocolate wasted. You guys get some horses. What type of situation are you doing here? Because horses are around, like, if you buy one, it's 75 gold pieces per horse. Then when you get back to the next town, you can always sell the horse back, probably at a little bit of a loss.
How many of this are there? 7?
7,
Counting
right?
Stanasi.
Yep. Well, Stanasi's not technically among you at the moment.
Oh,
And Diona would probably handle her own horse. So there's 6.
If we're gonna buy something for the group, I think we should buy a couple of horses and a wagon big enough. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make a group investment,
How
Kai would
much-
think that was fancy. So
Wagons 35 gold pieces, and horses are about 75 each.
so like 185.
185 for the.
Elril would front it.
Okay.
Entirely.
Mordecai would like to know if there's a comfortable wagon, like better than what we've had with all the bouncing and.
Elril would be like, I do not know why I got this in the first place. So if it helps us, it helps us.
The stable master is like a car salesman. He's like, yeah, we've got these different packages here. We can put some premium hay in the back. It softens the ride a bit.
You got anything maybe with like a cushion?
Kai would be vulnerable to the upsell.
Upsell.
So he would be. Yes, we should get the premium hay. Yes, that would be wonderful.
Sure. How much extra for the softer hay?
I mean, it's
How
it's
much?
5 gold for the premium hay.
Sure. We will do the extra premium hay. Yes.
Yes. Yes. We wanted the deluxe package wagon, please.
It's 20% less itchy. So
One
Definitely not
100
that.
That's well worth it.
190 here.
You did not have it. Here, I pay you back.
I know. I do not. I don't know why I got this in the first place.
Oh,
We
you know
told
what?
you why you got it. You were at the cave, and then you fell asleep, and then you teleported back here, and now you don't remember that you can use a bow. And we
Listen,
talked about
I don't know
this
why
last
they're
night.
having such trouble with this because technically, Stanasi killed me in my sleep, and I came back. So I don't know why everybody's having such a deal with this. I
It's
don't.
all
what?
you magical people, and you're coming back from the dead and forgetting you know how to do things, and now you wear chainmail and you go clink, 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 clink when you walk. But it doesn't. How do you fly with that chain? Because I've seen I don't wear armor, but I've seen chainmail and it's very heavy. How do you fly?
It's specially made. Also, my wings are not real.
Of course they're not real.
As,
They're
like-
magical.
How do you know I fly? You've never seen me fly.
Kai just drops his head.
In
Takes a
in
deep
my
breath.
book, there's a guy in it that has wings, but they were real.
You were flying, and he says it really slow. You were flying when the rocks hit you in the head and knocked you down and killed you. You forgot all of this because then we brought you outside and then you teleported and now you're here. But you were flying. We also, and then I would point at the group to make sure that I wasn't having some group delusion. He was
Teleported?
flying, wasn't he?
But Meridius has heard all this time, right?
yeah,
we're
you're all there.
together.
So I'm gonna walk over and put my hand on Elril. Look, that they all have to come to terms with everything that's happened. That you may or may not be the person that we lost.
Well,
However,
of course he's the person that
the-
he looks just like him.
the gold and the platinum you were given, from here on out, as long as you're in our group and fighting alongside of us, you will receive compensation the same equally as everyone here.
That I understand that, but I did not do anything in a cave or anything to get this.
It's better to give.
But why Nora feels like you're someone that she was very close to. That's why you received what she gave you.
Very, very well.
It's fine. Just accept it. Take it. Spend it.
And then I'll cut over and look at Kai and go, What's wrong with having clanky armor? And then point at myself.
You've always had clanky armor. I don't care that you have clanky armor. He flies, and now he has clanky armor. So he goes clank, 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 and then I guess he'll go clank, clank, clank up in the air. That's it. It doesn't make sense to me because he forgot he used a bow, and we really need to go back up there and get his bow because that's going to bother me.
Now, Kai, like I told Winora, if this is indeed Elril brought back in another form that the gods have chosen as their champion, he may not be using a bow again. You know better than most here, being from a temple, that gods can do all kinds of strange things that we don't know the understanding of. This may very well be Elril. The hit, the death, everything could have affected his memory. But if he doesn't use a bow anymore, then having a bow may not come in handy for him.
I mean, I can use this, and I pull out a crossbow.
And then I'll look at it and be like, don't you still have the bow in the bag of holding?
I don't know if I picked the bow.
Not his bow, the other bow.
Not his bow, his other bow.
The one that we got from the Knolls.
I think I do have a bow, yes.
If he ends up needing it, you can always give him that bow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can use that because he's going to use it again. I know he will. I just trust me.
And at that point, I'll go get on the wagon and await for them to be ready.
I'm going to actually stop you, Meridius. I'm gonna pull you around the back of the wagon. Hey, keep.
What's going on, Keltash?
We have to get real creative here. And I pull out the new crossbow bolt. Look. Do you know what this is?
At which point, Meridius's eyes close and his head hangs slightly and kind of shakes and goes, I figured that he would be able to do that, but I dread what will happen in your hands.
Nothing. I'm going to say that for a very important occasion, but it works. We tested it, and it works. So now, you and I have to go to round 2, and I put the bolt back. We need to think of a way to get our pal, the blacksmith, to work on this wagon and make it armored. I'm thinking a rack that goes along the side with little pieces of armor going at angles like this, because it would be so cool. And, well, I gotta catch my breath. So excited. What do you think? You're a military guy, right? Do they have things like this where you come from? Do they have wagons where you come from?
No, we do not have war wagons, as you put it.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I have been to other realms that have what you speak of.
Come on, let's go do it.
Now, that being said, we're needed back at the guild hall. And if you think about it, that's a bigger town than just right here.
Oh, yes.
we may be able to try to do what you want to do there while we're getting the details of our next mission.
That's very smart. I was thinking this guy because he gave me... But I think...
Well, I mean, we do have a standing deal with him for taking care of his ghost problem, but it'll take days to fit a wagon out in what you are referring to.
Well, maybe we could just get him started, and then we come back, so that next time, I'm gonna like make and spit everywhere
I tell you what, we'll head back to the guild hall. When we get there, we'll find out what it'll take and the direction we're heading to help Diona with her mission. If we're heading back this way, I will send a messenger to him with schematics to see if he can build what you're discussing. But if we don't head back this way, having him construct them and us not be here is a waste of time and money.
Really?
Because like I said, we could try to still do it in the main town. But if we're heading back this way, we can always send a messenger to have him try to get that ready for us when we get back.
I like the cut of your jib, sir.
Just try to be efficient.
I feel like we see like this. Huh? Idea man, efficiency man.
Just know that whatever we add to the wagon will slow it down significantly.
A price must be paid.
Are we ready to go?
I am.
All right.
Kai's already in the wagon, wondering why we're not already gone. I'm assuming that there's enough cookies for leftovers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So we're restocked on cookies again.
I also made travel cookies.
Are there any other kind?
Does this hay feel less itchy to anybody else? It feels
This
like
hay
the
is
same itchy.
Fabulous. It is fabulous. It is the best hay I've ever sat on.
I honestly feel like it's just as itchy. I think
Then I lean over to Elril and go, I don't feel any different. I don't want him to feel bad about it. And then
yes, that's very nice of you.
he really
Wait,
wanted softer hay, so I just, it's the best hay in the world. And of course, as Kai says this, he's overexcited about, this is grade A, perfect hay.
I don't think it's that different.
Just broke Kai's heart. He was trying so hard to keep you happy.
I mean, maybe this will help my tail not turn red.
What color are you?
Red.
Kai would hold up his finger like he's going to say something and then go, no.
Elril's not as subtle. He just turns and starts looking at Mordecai's tail like, is it not already red?
Yes, but it is a different red when it is itchy.
Oh, okay. I see. I think.
Meridius will turn to Diana and ask her if she's ready to depart.
I've been ready for the past hour. Just waiting for the rest of you. Shall we? And she kind of just gallops on out ahead.
Who was on the wagon? Just out of curiosity.
I think everybody.
Oh, so we didn't buy any horses?
2
But
horses.
2 horses to
We
pull the
bought
wagon.
horses to pull the wagon.
No one bought individual horses.
Nobody
I would
said that
like-
they did. You want
I
one?
would like to go on the record saying I bought a horse.
Okay, that's 75 gold.
I wanted to ride in the wagon.
And I'm gonna need some caravan guard here.
Yeah, Kai's in the wagon.
I think Elril would be too.
That's the whole idea. I thought of buying somebody. Somebody will have to drive the wagon, which probably shouldn't be Kai.
I'm driving the wagon.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you probably don't want Kai to do this.
I can try to drive the wagon.
I mean, you're more than welcome to sit up here beside me, Mordecai and learn to drive the wagon.
Not to go off topic or anything, guys, or interrupt, but I ran across something that made my brain go sideways for a second. I was looking up the price of a horse if you guys sold it back when you get to the next town. And the second thing on the search was, how can I make my PCs stop selling their druid?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I think we just figured out how to make a bunch of money with Siltoris.
That
Have y'all
that
ever
is
seen a horse with platinum
fantastic.
antlers?
It's true.
I bet that would go for a lot of money.
And then every night he disappears as he shapeshifts into something smaller and
Out
leaves
of-
the stable.
How do I stop my party from selling druid?
Nice.
Oh,
Oh God.
I'm actually a little offended that we haven't thought of that yet.
I know.
really am.
Oh, God. That's good. Sorry. Continue.
I reckon that we're leaving town then.
Okay.
Meridius and Mordecai driving with Kai, Winora, and Elril in the back, and then Kaltesh riding side of whichever side, or behind either one.
Rubbing
Okay,
around.
if I remember correctly, I think it is a 3-day journey, maybe 3.5. It's been a while since we went back to Mondovas, if I remember correctly. Again, if there is, also my stream just died. Okay, it came back. I don't know what happened there. Unless there's something you want to role play through the travel, we can skip on ahead to Mondovas, unless there is a camp scene.
I would just like to say that all the while I'm like doing like pretend practice with my crossbow, trying to envision what half distance shooting. Like I just look at a random target and like, you know, try and
Are you making the noise?
hit, you know? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and then
All right. So you guys make the journey back to Mondovas. As you arrive back in Mondovas, there's a bit of a buzz going on in the city. Like there's a lot of people. It almost looks like there's like a celebration, or there's just been like some type of celebration, and there's like people like out selling food on the street, and just has a different feel to it as you guys re-enter the city. So as you're making your way through, there's several people around if you want to, if you're interested. If not, you can, you make your way back to the guild hall.
I would like to.
So there's like a party going on or something?
It's almost like that. Like imagine like a festival, but it's almost like the last day of the festival, and it's like there's not as many people
There's gonna be a
out.
parade.
Yeah, it's like it's like almost like whatever activity that has already occurred, and it's like winding down or something.
Is there anybody nearby, any town folk or guard? Or
There
something
are people all
within
over the place.
earshot?
Yep, there are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Mordecai's like, hey, hello.
Hey there. The gentleman walks up to you.
What is going on? Why is there so much activity?
There was a parade.
I missed it.
Yeah, it was the military. They had a parade. They had some new. They had a bunch of those air thingies, the flying ship things.
There's flying ships.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them. They were all in the sky. It was amazing, and then they kind of they traveled off to the east. But what I've seen those before, but they had these. There was a lot of soldiers, but there was these large metal things that kind of shook the ground. They walked through the city. There was a bunch of them. They headed out east as well.
I bet you would have loved it.
It tends to be a quite a showing when the military shows force. Was the parade to commemorate something that has transpired, or was it a show of force in them parading through on their way to a location?
I would think the second part, probably. Yeah, definitely the second one. They were definitely going somewhere.
Then it makes our returning.
But the first one, they did show force. I would agree with that too. But both, probably both. Yeah, definitely both.
Oh, I'm sorry we missed the parade, Meridius. You could have maybe been in it.
I don't think that they would have welcomed me, Mordecai. Being not from here or a part of their military, you saw how it happened at the fort when I asked if I had to take off my weapons the very first time to see the commander, and they informed me I was not of their unit.
It's true, but maybe they had boats, and then maybe they would have offered you to join. You'd be really good at the boats.
Well, I don't really need boats.
All the better.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark, but I would say Kai is over there probably buying some of the squirrels on a stick that the dude's selling.
Oh yeah, Kai has disappeared into the crowd, and you may never see him again.
Did we lose people?
Kai walks past you with the largest stick of cotton candy that anyone in the party has ever seen.
Hi.
And a big goofy grin on his face.
Get back in the thing and bring some of that cotton candy.
Kai, where are you going? We're gonna ride the wagon. You don't have to walk.
Kai is going vendor to vendor, buying like one of each.
One of these.
Kai, we are going to the guild hall. You can meet us there.
He just throws up his hand like, yeah.
And then, shit.
Mordecai?
Mordecai. Thanks for remembering the name of my character. He gets a real sad and long face. He's just like, oh no. Do you know what this means?
The military parade or this festival that they have going on right now?
Both. I haven't been around to clean the guild hall in like 3 weeks. Do you know how messy this parade and stuff is going to make it?
Well, it depends on how many people had business with the guild.
It will take me a month to clean that place.
Hey, you're with us now. You are not housekeeping for the guild hall.
Okay. I'm just saying, nobody can get those floors as spotless as I can.
Oh, I do not disagree. You were working hard when we all arrived.
I guess we will try to make it through the people.
Yeah, we'll go as fast of a speed as we can through the people without running them over.
We will travel at the speed of smell.
All right, so you guys make it back to the guild hall, and as you come inside, the other group of adventurers are in there as well. They're just kind of hanging out, and Berkeley's just kind of back behind that the front counter up there, just like scribbling on something. He looks up and sees you guys come in and sees Diana, and he gestures to her, and him and her start to walk back to his office and says, "I'll be with you guys momentarily."
All right.
And they go in there, close the door, and start talking.
Meridius is going to turn and look at Mordecai and say, "Look, I know you have the impulse to go grab your feather dusters and everything to clean. Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't
Oh.
do it.
Okay.
We have to be here to await them to return."
Yeah, I'm just saying. Do not be surprised if he asks me to stay.
How dirty is it?
It's quite dirty in there. It's pretty filthy. The other group of adventurers, there's a dwarf amongst them, and he sees Mordecai and says, "Mordecai, where the hell you been? This place is filthy."
I have been with him. I have been adventuring. I am an adventurer now.
You're an adventurer now.
Yes. I can even do magic.
Ooh, can you magically clean this place up for us?
Ooh. Hold on a minute. Let me try something. Okay, Mordecai concentrates real hard on the room. And he casts prestidigitation on the room.
All right, it's like a Disney cartoon.
All the mobs come to life.
Top hat and cane appears on Mordecai. And he's like, "Be guest, be young guest."
That's all we can afford of that song. So
That's it. That's it.
Anymore, and that's a DMCA right there, just
Yep.
waiting to happen.
and the dwarf says, "Well, I'll be a son of a," and then what seems to be the leader of the other adventurers kind of slaps him.
Yeah, see,
About
I
this
told
time-
you. I became an adventurer.
About this time, Kai walks in with a basket full of random crap. A stick that previously had the largest piece of cotton candy you all had ever seen on it, and a manic look in his eyes that none of you have ever seen before. See, other than the cookies, Kai's never had sugar.
Oh God.
Yes.
Well, Kai, it's good to see that you didn't spend it all in one place.
Oh no, I went everywhere. I mean, it's great. There's a lot of stuff. They're closing up if you guys want to go back. The cotton candy's really good, and he's pointing the stick at you as he's saying that. and I got this, and they had shiny things, and I bought you all a shiny thing. So I start handing out little shiny rocks that I bought that have like the name of other adventuring guilds written on them. I don't know what's on them, so I'm just handing rock. I'm going around the table handing rocks to everyone.
Well, thank you.
I will cherish this rock.
Then he sits down, and his knee is bouncing up and down under the table so much that it's like hitting the bottom of the table.
Meridius looks at his rock and goes, "Who's Butterface?"
It's a pretty rock though, isn't it? It's a nice rock. Yes, keep it always. Remember me by it.
Butterface. I think she's a tavern lady over like down the street.
Oh boy.
Maybe she lost this.
I mean, perhaps she's a very nice lady.
The guy said you could take it and redeem it for a free prize. I don't know what that means.
At which point I'm sticking that in my pack and just going, "Oh no."
I don't either, but now I'm curious.
Imagine like you go to a concert and they park the buses for the strip clubs right outside of any concert that you go to. That's the booths that Kai just walked through. Although Kai has no idea that's the booths.
That's
he just
why
walked
Meridius
through.
shook his head like,
Yeah.
crap.
Kai has no clue what was just propositioned to him. So Yes. So you all have a free, you have a token for a discount at the local House of Ill Repute now.
Kai, you are shaking so much. You're making me sick. Let me, and I reach up and I cast Lesser Restoration on him to try to. Sugar's kind of like a poison, right?
It can be. Yeah.
Kai would stop shaking. And you just kind of see him wind down really quick, and he'd go, "I probably shouldn't eat the entire thing of cotton candy next time. That was a lot.
Maybe little bits or share.
Really good though. They still have some? You want me to go get some? I'll go get some.
I'm okay, thank you though.
About this time, Berkeley's office door opens up back behind the kind of front counter there, and him and Diona walk out. And she kind of walks over to the side, and she sits down in a chair, and he stands just on the behind the counter, puts his arms or hands on the counter, kind of leans over, and says, "Well, I see you're missing one, but that's understandable with what has happened today in Mondovas. Kind of expected that, to be honest. I'm sure you guys saw the ruckus going on in the streets out there.
We heard that there was a parade.
Yeah, about that. I guess Colonel Holdgar finally got what he wanted, and they sent those mechs down here to help him on his front lines. And what looked like 50 airships. So anyway, you've met Diona. At least this group has. Cran's group. This is Diona. She has come to the guild with a very lucrative offer that we cannot really pass up. And I've been told that this can be a little bit of a competition. Maybe spur you guys on a little bit to see who can get to the prize first. Diona's patron that she represents has offered 100,000 gold pieces to the first group to find a hidden temple on the continent of Oss. Apparently, this temple has some type of ancient evil, as one would expect an ancient temple to have in it. And it is only known by... let me find the name here.
Are there any legends of this hidden temple?
Probably. It is known as the Temple of the Elder Eye.
When he pauses there, I would stand up and put my hand out and go, "I am Elril. I will gladly go to this temple and see what's going on. And your name is?"
Right. Berkeley. Is there something wrong with him?
This is like Elril part 2. Some rocks hit his head and his body disappeared, and now he doesn't remember anything.
Oh.
Berkeley, I have some things to inform you of when we're through.
All right. Yeah, we will get to that. Back to what I was saying. there's two groups of you, and I had planned on sending Cran's group over to the orcs because of Davrin, of course. And you guys kind of turn around and look. He does have a half orc in his group. And I was going to send your group towards the Arakakra, but that may not be an option now with what has transpired today. Nevertheless, the reward is hefty, and I know you all are resourceful. So, any questions?
I don't think so. The first one to temple wins, right?
Right. Mordecai, are you you're going to be staying to clean the place, right?
No,
Oh.
no.
I would like to continue adventuring. If
Yes,
He
that's
kinda-
he is.
He kind of has
possible.
a half smile when he says that, and as he's looking at you. Did you got a taste of it then, huh?
Yes, I liked it, and also I can do magic now.
Impressive.
That's what I said.
What are we looking for in this temple?
Diona, if you want to take it from there. Diona stands up and walks over in front of the counter and says, she reaches into a bag and pulls out two, let's see, they're two like elongated, like blue gems that are kind of encircled, like encased in like this silvery like frame that have like legs. She says, these here, I have one for each group. All you need to do is make your way through the temple. Be aware that these temples will be full of traps and probably all sorts of nasty creatures. But if you can make it to the main chamber, you will find a shrine to an old evil. This needs to be placed on that shrine. People in this world have twisted views, and some may think that an old evil could be a new hero for today, an ally, but evil will always remain evil. This will prevent those with ill intentions from getting into that temple and accessing the evil.
Do we know what this evil is, or was, or is supposed to be?
All that has been told is that this is an evil that had alliances. So there are several of these temples all across Toril. It is not known exactly what has been done by this evil, or at least it has not been told to me. I trust my patron. I trust their intentions.
And your patron is?
Prefers to remain nameless.
I've never known a man with good intentions to hide in shadow.
I will say that I do not know my patron's great plan, but I feel that their intentions are to save Toril, to protect it. They don't want glory or fame. They just want Toril to remain balanced, to remain safe. Berkeley? And then Berkeley walks back up and says, Force, you're not required to go on any of these missions. But this is a lot of gold, and for a lot of you, it could really change your lives. I know a lot of you have other tasks that you wish to take on, personal things. This would probably help you start down those roads. So it is hard to pass up for you, and the guild will make a sizable amount as well.
How much military interference are we going to have to contend with?
I do not know. The problem here is no one knows where this temple is. So it could be dead in the middle of the military's push against the Aarakocra, or in another place where they have a strong presence, or it could be among the giants to the south. It could be among the lizard people on the west. None of those are really good options, but I expect the temple itself will be dangerous, and getting to it will be half of the danger.
Will we be given anything to assist us on getting through military installations without being stopped and questioned every time that we show up to one?
You can be given the guild seal for what that would stand for. As long as you're not trying to get into a restricted area, the military would probably take that at its word. Also, the guild, the main guild in Baldur's Gate sent, where are they? And he reaches down below the counter. These. And he sets a couple of orbs up on the table. These are orbs of sending, I think. They let me find it. And he picks up another one. This one has like a base, and he sets it up here. These will communicate with this one. So I have one for each group. If you need my assistance, apparently you can talk to me through this.
So they work like conch shells. Fair enough.
Give a weird look at that.
Everybody kind of looks puzzled for a second. They just let it pass.
I do have a question. Forgive me if it's already been discussed, and I was trying to count out how much money I was going to make off this. But if the temple is lost, how do we start out trying to find it?
You're their adventurers. Ask around, maybe take on some odd jobs and get some more information. I don't think it's here in Mondovas. But I don't know. I thought maybe, and since some of you have traveled the continent, you might know something. Like I said, Kran's group is heading off to the orcs. The orcs have been on this continent for who knows how long. There are other races here. The giants, the lizard folk, the Aarakocra. There's the druids in the plains. Any of these groups may have information, or they might have at least a starting point for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions, or is everybody on board?
What was the name? You said it was the Temple of the Lost, or
The
the
Elder.
You had a name.
Temple of the Elder Eye.
He gets the document back at Temple of the Elder Eye.
Does that ring any bells to me? Like thinking, because I would assume a temple, that would be a deity or some sort of patron of some sort.
Are you proficient in religion?
I am.
Okay. So as he says that, he turns the paper around, and it has a symbol on it of like a circle, and it looks like kind of like purple wavy, like back behind a purple eye, a single purple eye. With it at the edge of the eye, it's kind of curves inward a little bit, almost like it kind of reminds me of like an Egyptian,
Like the Osiris
style
eye.
almost, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So you can roll a religion check.
That would be a 18 total.
18. It's not hitting directly off. You kind of think that it's an older god that possibly had fallen, or you can't really place it as of right now.
All right.
This would be a really random thing to know, so
Yeah,
DC was going to be high.
Yeah, I just didn't know if being, celestial maid and a cleric, if it would be something that I might.
You would probably be the closest one to know, probably. So, any other questions?
Seems quite straightforward and vague.
Yep.
You
Somebody
said
walks up to him and hands him his own token. Because I have more.
He puts it in his pocket.
you said a good place to start would be by potentially picking up some other small jobs. Do you have any other small jobs?
Not currently, but you could head south. There are a couple of military bases, like you went to in Flint. One of those might have some jobs, and they might give you some type of direction. Again, I don't know if
we'll head south.
any of you have had any relations with any of the giants or any of the other races on this continent. Any of those would be good sources as well.
I've met the druids of the plains and whatever the dark-skinned elves of the desert are. But those are aggressive. They attack without warning.
Yeah. They might be a little harder to get information out of. But I will leave it in your hands, and I don't expect this to be done quickly, but just remember, there's two groups of you, so first one to the prize wins. So I will dismiss everyone. Feel free, rest, prepare, and you guys can head out tomorrow.
Sound. Mm-hmm. To the best group win.
He picks up the two stones there and says, or two orbs, and says, he walks over to your group and is just kind of handing it out. reaching it. Okay. Keltash goes for it, Meridius just snatches it. And then he takes the other one over and gives it to there's a blonde female, looks like a caster in the other group, and hands it to her.
I look at the orb while Caltesh is trying to grab it, and then look down, like eye him, and then look down at his quiver, and then back at the orb to see if he gets the connection that does not need to mix.
Oh, and Stanasi pops back into existence.
Do you say the let the best group win out loud, Keltash? I pat you on the back and go, don't worry, friends. We will. They've got no shot.
Oh.
I'm a b-boy stance against Elril over here.
The half orc back there just kind of cracks his knuckles. Smiles.
I eyeball him, but I kind of get like a little, like my cheeks light up a little bit, like I'm a little giddy, and I'm just.
You're
looking at
taller
him.
than he is, so.
I'm probably taller than he is then, because I'm not that much shorter than Wynora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 6'7", so.
We're about the same size, and I think I'm close to 7 foot.
Y'all are
Mordecai
gonna
leans in towards
lose.
Berkeley and goes, so do I need to clean before I leave?
No,
You
no,
don't clean.
grab
Dude,
more.
I-
do not
I have
clean.
not been
Oh,
here very long, and I know that you do not clean. How are you not getting this?
It is what I do.
Adventure now. Adventure.
Okay.
Diz,
Yes.
I would like to have a look around for someone who is not of the opposing party who looks like a shady scoundrel.
In this room?
In the guild hall, chilling for the secret meeting?
Well, I mean, we're not like in another room, are we?
No, you're all in like the big room, like the front room there.
Yeah. Are there any guild members that are not in the party opposite ours in the race for the temple that look scoundrelly as fuck?
So
as stuff?
someone in the other group that looks scoundrelly?
Not in the other group.
Oh, well, there's only the two groups of you. That's
Oh.
it. Yeah, there's no others.
For some reason, I
It's
thought this was-
it's a small organization, so it's still kind of fledgling here.
Well, I will be keeping, just so you know, I will be keeping an eye out until we leave this place for someone scoundrelly.
Okay.
Someone who looks like they know how to get some weird stuff and slip it into other people's drinks.
All right. I think there is a let's see. I think there is an apothecary. Let's
Hey,
see.
kids! Hi.
Yep, there is an like an alchemist, and it goes by the name of the Lovers Alchemical Academy. If you want to check that place out.
The lovers.
Also, there could just be some shady guys, and maybe outside the walls or something, or
Yeah, you know what? What the heck? I'm gonna go there.
you're gonna go to the
Yeah.
the alchemist shop, or okay, all right,
And then if that doesn't pan out, then it's it.
all right. What's everybody else doing? Just
I would like-
resting?
I would
Go
like
ahead.
to approach Devrin, the half orc.
Okay. Oh, Devrin. Okay. All right.
Yeah, if I said his name right.
Yep, Devrin. Yep. Yep. He's just sitting back in the back, kind of drinking some ale.
And I'm gonna sit down at the table. You want to play a fun game? I'm just smiling at him.
I could be in the mood for a game.
I will take that as a yes. I have a fun game we can play. Punch drunk. As I kind of like run my finger across the table.
Kind of looks. So we drink and punch things?
Punch each other. First one to give up drinking or is knocked out loses.
I'm in.
Perfect. Let me get some drinks.
Do I? Is Wynora saying this out loud?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone in the room can hear as kind of like a gather round. Come on.
When I would look at her and go, Wynora, you wanted a hug earlier. You still want that hug?
Yes.
And when she comes in and hugs me, I cast Enhance Ability, and I use Bear's Endurance.
Now, how tall are you, by the way?
I'm almost 7 foot.
So I'm gonna kind of like get up on my tippy toes and then do this, just yay! And like while you do that.
That was very awkward.
Sorry. But I kind of walk over. Whew.
So you have 2d6 temporary hit points, and you get advantage on Constitution checks.
Oh my god.
Hey, one of the patrons that I serve is a goddess of chaos and trickery.
Oh man.
All right, so give me just one moment, and
If anybody else wants to do something first and then this, or we can do this now, or
I just want to talk to Berkeley whenever. It doesn't matter when.
Okay.
But while you're pulling that up, I'll walk over to Stanasi.
okay, go ahead.
And I'll take the bag off my side and I'll say, inside this bag is 150 gold and 75 platinum for the mission we did with the dwarves. This is your share.
I don't know
She's
if he's got his
speechless.
headphones in. Yeah. I think Baby took his headphones.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he doesn't wear headphones. He can hear us now. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't wear headphones. He's just
I don't wear headphones.
All right, so
Okay.
we will roll for initiative first. See who
Okay.
goes first.
Are we roll 20ing this?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can. Yep.
Either way, I don't mind. So initiative. All right.
No, I mean you don't have to roll 20 yet. I mean,
okay.
you can roll dice if you want to.
All right.
It'd be easier for me if I don't roll in there because I need the screen space so I can look at stats.
Perfect. So
I-
for my roll would be a 17, 18 minus 1 with the
All
real
right.
die.
Okay, so that is a 15, so you will go first.
Sweet.
All right, so the way Punch Drunk works, we roll initiative. Each round consists of each contestant drinking a whole flagon of ale and then exchanging punches. After each flagon of ale, the contestant must roll a con save versus an increasing DC.
Oh, I don't actually know that my thing will help then because it's a check, I get advantage on checks, not saves, right?
It is a save, yes. Well, that's a save, right? So, and then, let's see, saves or fails. On this roll, so you either add a penalty or a bonus to your punch, depending on how you roll with your con check there, or con save. Then to make the punch, you roll a strength check with the before mentioned bonus, and okay, yeah. So that last part doesn't apply because it was about the other opponent. That this is a different opponent. So we've done this before, people. In another life.
Yeah.
All right. So then it would just be a D20 plus your strength bonus, plus whatever bonus you get from the con save. So you slam the first flagon of ale, and you need to roll a con saving throw.
All right. 14.
14. All right, so that is a success. All right, but you don't get a bonus. It's just a good success. So you don't get a minus either. So then you make your you just roll a d20 and add your strength.
And it's not like an attack, so I couldn't like attack recklessly and rage.
Right, it's just a straight we're exchanging blows. So yeah, it's
so a 13 plus 6 would be a 19.
19. Okay, that is going to hit. So that will be 1 for you. Oh, well, we'll mark it against him. We'll say
Yes.
Devra and
Come on, Devin.
Nora.
Give it to me.
So 1 hit on him. He takes the hit, shakes it off, grabs his flag and then slams it.
Put my draw out.
And that is a 16. So he actually gets a bonus to the hit because he rolled 5 above the DC.
Whoa.
All right, so this is against your AC though, so
Okay.
Yep. All right, so that is 13.
Ooh, yeah, just connects to the draw.
That just barely flips. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So all right, it goes back to you. You take the punch, wipe the blood off a little bit, and slam the next flagon.
Darn, that's only a 10.
10.
Yeah.
Oh, that is that's a fail. So you get a -1 to your check. So then just roll your strength check. D20 plus strength.
That'd be a 9 total.
A 9. That actually
Boom.
you hit the jaw and it's just it just stops your head.
Little wobbly. There's a couple of you
He slams the next drink. And ooh, that's probably not good.
there.
That is a fail by more than 5. So that is -2 to the hit. So yep, so that is a 7. So that one misses as well, right?
Yes, that misses.
So he
Real
just
big
swings
miss.
and just whiffs.
Oh, how could you? Boom, going back.
All right.
All
I
right.
need some
I'm gonna
exciting
use the
music.
same die.
How about some battle music?
There we go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, so that is a success, but it's not more than the dirty 20. Yeah, it actually is more. So you get a +1 to the hit. Yep.
Yes. All right, here we go. Ow. Good thing it was 11.
11
Yeah.
total.
It's 11 total. Yeah, that's with the +1.
Okay, that is also a miss. So,
Whew.
all right. So, he
Stop
grabs a
moving.
flagon, and God, that's really bad. I'm rolling horrible too here. That is a 2. So that's another -2.
Whew.
So here's the swing. Yeah, that's not gonna hit. It's that's a 10.
Ooh, almost. You're getting there.
This looks pitiful. It looks like they're wasted already. I'm swinging at each other.
We're
like
we're
a-
stubbing our bodies against the table as we're trying to swing in. Ugh.
It's like a slap fight at the moment. Okay, so Wynora grabs the next flagon and slams it.
Slamming for a 13 on that one.
13. Okay, that is a fail. So that's a -1.
All right. And a 14 -1, 13 for the
13 hits. Yeah. Her just barely clips him. All right. So he grabs the next flagon and. This
How
one
many of
might
you
actually-
are there?
Nope, that is a fail. So it's a -1. And I'm rolling horribly. That is an 8. So that is another miss. As he slams the
knockout.
flagon down on the floor.
Ooh, party foul.
Just to give it a little more, I guess, flavor for the scene. They're actually making contact on these. They're not just flat out missing each other. It's just not doing any damage.
It just
yeah. All right, so next round.
18 plus 5, 23.
23 is
Yeah.
a success, so you get to add +1.
Here we go. A 19 plus 6 plus 1, so 26. So 25 plus 1, 26.
26 hits, yeah. Yep.
I kind of put my hand on the table to brace a little bit more and just.
He grabs the
Don't give
flag and
up yet.
slams it.
Watch the
Oh
blood out.
no. I rolled both dice at the same time. I rolled both d20s because I have two different color dice, and I rolled a natural 1 for the for the drink. So he's like, he chokes on the drink a little bit,
Is that blood going down too?
but he's really mad, and
You should learn how to swallow.
he rolls a natural 20 for the hit though.
Oh no!
And slams you and gets 2 hits on you. So you guys are
Oh,
tied at 3.
No!
Going
my
to 5. Going to 5. All right, next round. DC
Ah.
keeps increasing.
Kind of wiping snot off my nose.
Are there any side bets going on here?
I got a 14 for the con.
All right, so that is that you have a -2 on the hit.
Okay.
Starting to get a little woozy.
Yep. I'm gonna try to brace my hand on the table, see if I can make something happen. Oh, that is a 5 plus 6, 11 minus 2. That's a 9.
9. That's it's a hit, but it doesn't really do any damage. He's like, "Come on, you can do better than that." He rolls a natural 20 on the on the drinking, and
Stop it!
but I rolled a 2 on the other one.
You're right. The battle music really makes this a little bit better.
All right, so that's that round.
You know how
You're
to
still
drink,
tied
but
at
you can't
3.
hit. You throw a punch like a gnome. That would be a 13. No, a 12 for the drinking.
12. Okay, that is a -2 on the hit.
Let's land it. That is a. Gosh, that's another 9.
9.
6, 5
That's a
minus
miss.
2. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. 15. That is -2. No, that's a miss. That's 8. Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Am I moving too much for you? I'll try to stand still next time.
At some point, the DC is going to get to a point where neither one of us can hit it. So,
I got an 18 for the drink.
okay. That's still a fail, and you still get actually -2 because the DC is so high at this point.
Hey. 17 plus 6 is 23 minus 2, 21 for the punch.
21 hits, yeah. So his nose is bleeding.
Yeah.
He slams the next flagon, and
Come on, I'll stand still.
that is a horrible fail on that. And I rolled a natural 6 on the other one, so he hits you, but it feels just like a baby kind of touching your face.
Oh, you have soft hands.
He's starting to like waver quite a bit.
It's time to end it. Time to
All right.
end it.
3 to 4.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, so you actually
Plus
get you get a +1 to the hit then.
Slam the thing down. Just coming in. Here we go. For a 16 plus 6 plus 2, so 24.
24. He goes. Goes back in the chair. The chair kind of tips and he hits the floor, shakes the table.
Yes! Woo. Ah. Oh, Devrin. We've never been hit so well. And not.
There's a there is a halfling female halfling what looks to be a druid walks over him, says, I just lost a bet because of you. Kicks him.
I flick a coin onto his body while he's laying on the ground. Next time you have to buy me dinner. I'm gonna walk away.
You kind of
Just try
stagger
to walk
away a little
away.
bit.
Yeah. Trip over the table.
All right. Keltash is probably on his way out to the apothecary. Meridius, you wanted to talk to Berkeley, right?
Yes.
All right. You find him in his office.
I'll knock on the door.
Come in.
So, apparently y'all been busy while we've been gone.
There've been a few jobs here and there.
Oh, I meant the parade and all the people in the streets.
Yeah, a lot of people are celebrating, and it actually concerns me more than I think the normal person. Because I know what weapons like that could do.
Well, I noticed that you had somewhat of a confused look on your face when Elril addressed you.
Yeah.
Well, what you don't know is that we really lost 2 members of our party while we've been away. We took a job in Flint to try to save some dwarves in a mining company, and Elril fell in battle.
But he's here with you.
I know. It's odd. He has no recollection of any of us, but to look at him, we all could see that it's the same appearance and build and voice and even the name. So I'm
Odd.
not sure what the gods are playing at or what favor they're trying to hold, but it looks like they sent some form of him back after we lost him.
Maybe it's a blessing.
And as far as Ziri goes, I don't know if it was the emotional strain of losing Elril, who she was somewhat on the same path with, or if maybe she felt the gods would smite her or something because he died. But it appears it became a little too much for her to handle. She's not dead. She's just no longer with us.
Yeah, I figured that word might have got to her about what was being sent to the front lines against the Arakakra, and maybe she had went back to her people.
If it did, she left before she, to my knowledge, told anyone of that, because we didn't know anything about it till you mentioned it to the groups.
Yeah.
I sent a message to you days ago about the commander of Flint wanting us to travel into the marshlands for a second time to try to broker a peace or a stand down with the Murlocs.
Yeah, I have it here. I didn't respond because by that point Diona had talked with me, and she decided to go find your group, so I figured she would bring you back before I could even get a letter to you.
I figured as much when I asked her if you had sent a letter of our orders after the fact, and she said that you didn't send anything. But I figured that what she came to get us, that was more important than trying to handle a tribe of Murlocs. However, I found more information about the other one of me that everyone appears to keep seeing. He's using my name, or at least my first name, as an alias.
Trying to provoke you.
I don't know if it's trying to provoke me, or if it's trying to cause in any town I come to after him for them to have a bad taste in their mouth of the fact that, oh, Meridius is back. And, you know, I would have never have been there to begin with. He's traveling with a human. Goes by Aiden Brooks. Does that name sound familiar to you?
No, but I can ask. I still have some connections.
The description may help better than the name, because he may also be going under a false name.
Right.
The guards told me that he has dark hair, brown eyes, and has purple lines going down the left side of his face by his left eye.
That would make you stand out. I will ask.
And they told me,
I'll send you a message on the orb if I find something out, and hopefully it'll be helpful.
They told me that they left the city heading this direction, so I'm guessing that Flint saw them before you did.
More than likely. So tell him where he could be, but it's probably easier to locate this Aiden Brooks than it would be to find him.
How much do you trust this prospect of us being sent on a mission by somebody that we don't even know the name of?
I don't like it, and the amount of gold that's being offered makes me like it even less. But I don't know that we can pass it up. I would ask that, you know, if you get into a point where you feel the mission's going sideways or that we've been double crossed, that you pull back and you contact me.
How secure are these orbs that the primary guild sent?
To be honest, I don't know damn about them. They just told me that that they could only communicate one way back and forth with each other. The two that I gave you and the other group can't communicate with each other, just back to the one I have. I don't know.
Is the distance unlimited?
It doesn't say anything about it being limited.
It just seems. It seems like with that kind of money, that they're trying to send us either into a temple to clear it out so that they can have their way with what's inside, or it's a setup in some way, because they can't even tell us what old evil resides in the place.
Yep, it is odd.
And they said there's several temples. Why are we only going after two? Has the main guild sent some to the others?
Oh, you're only going after one. It's you and the other group are looking for the same one. She told me that there's temples other places in Toril. She said that they like to use locals to try to find these temples because they might know a legend or some child story that, you know, some legend or something that might lead some people like us to places that they wouldn't think to go.
So we have unknown old evils in the temple we have to contend with. The military we possibly have to contend with. And now we're even adding our own guild members against us.
Yeah.
I mean, a competition for 100,000 gold can turn some people pretty greedy.
Grant's group, they look rough, but they've always been honorable.
Well, if you vouch for them, then I'll lay that to rest. Unless they prove you wrong.
Devrin's the roughest one of them, but Cran keeps him in line.
Oh, from what I saw out there, he ain't that rough. Wynora just wiped the floor with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with her.
Well, if you hear anything about Brooks, let me know. Or
Here,
if you hear some weird thing about some aquatic relic that seems to be having surfaced, because that is another thing all in its own that could cause more problems than this realm's ready to handle.
Definitely. I will look in on that Aiden Brooks, and here he hands you a parchment kind of rolled up, and here's the seal for the guild that you asked for.
Okay.
Most military would be able to see that it's authentic and let you pass. It won't get you into everywhere.
More than likely, where it won't get us is where we'll have to go.
Probably.
Because if it won't let us into restricted sections, the military may have the temple locked down. We may have to try to get in anyways.
Maybe. Nobody knows what they're looking for on this continent anyway, so.
So we could have already found it and not even known.
Maybe.
Well, I'll leave you to it then so that everybody can prepare for tomorrow.
Very well. All right, so we'll jump over to Keltash, since he is made his way over to the apothecary.
Okay, just vibe check. Does it look like a reputable establishment?
Yeah. It has a sign that looks well decorated. You know, 2 windows on the front. You know, on either side of the door. There's stuff in the windows, little advertisements and stuff like that. Looks like a reputable business.
We look around. Are there any patrons inside that don't look like they walk the straight and narrow path?
There is a lady in there at the counter, speaking to an older lady who is behind the counter, and looks like she purchases something and turns and walks out the door. She's wearing like just knee length like pink dress, and just looks like a normal person who lives in the city.
I'll open the door for her.
Thank you.
Barely.
And she nods and walks past.
No one else in the store?
Nope, just the older female human behind the counter. She kind of has like lighter blonde hair with a little bit of gray in it, kind of up in a bun and kind of unfurled a little bit down. And she's wearing like a light blue dress that kind of hangs just barely on the shoulders and comes down. She looks to be probably in her, maybe in her 50s or something. Yeah.
Okay, what the hell? I'll try. I'm gonna walk up to her. Good day.
Good day, sir. You're looking for something in particular?
Yes. No. You tell me. See, I'm what you might call a bit of a prank at the old work establishment.
Gotcha.
And I would like to prank some of my friends. Do you have anything that might induce silliness?
She leans in. Maybe. Let me check.
Oh.
And she goes into the back. She kind of sticks her head back out the curtain and says, "Silliness, like you want them to be like drunk?"
Sure, yeah. Caught up with a fit of giggles, maybe. Anything like that. You got it. Yeah, something in that vein.
You hear clinking some glasses together, and she comes back out with a single vial. It has like this like light blue liquid in it. Just a little bit. There's not a whole lot in there. It says, this would probably take care of someone for a couple of hours. Make them feel really good about themselves.
This is just the one someone?
You're trying to take care of more people?
I don't know. Maybe. How much is just the one vial?
This would be about 50 gold.
Maybe just one.
Okay.
I buy the potion of silliness.
Okay.
And I immediately go find Mordecai.
Oh my gosh.
Let me actually look up what it does real quick. If you're using it right now. Actually, we kind of ran past when I wanted to stop for this evening. So we'll pick up right there next time with you going over to Mordecai.
All right.
Anybody else need to do anything before we call it for the evening?
I might just go vomit somewhere, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Okay, just making a note here. Okay. All right. I guess we'll call it for this evening. If
Toril
any,
will
nobody
silently judge everyone.
silently judge everyone. All right, so we'll be doing this campaign again 2 weeks from tonight. We'll be doing the Saturday campaign this coming Saturday. So it's a completely different campaign. So if you want to check that out, check us out Saturday about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, I guess we'll see everybody next time. See ya.